Check this out. This is LEGO 40719 Traditional Chess Set. It is the latest in a long line of LEGO chess sets, and the big question is, how good is it? In order to answer that question, I'm going to do something a little bit different with this review. I'm going to be trying to review the set while also playing a game of chess. It feels like it's going to be a bit of a challenge, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But the first thing that we're going to need to do is actually build the thing. Whoa, look at that! The magic of movie editing. And also Chris is here now. Right, so how was the building experience for you then?
It was okay, it was repetitive, but we split it between myself and Jack. So I think that's definitely the way to go if you are planning on getting this chess set. Split it between two people, because you are effectively building half of the board each, and then exactly the same set of pieces. But it was interesting enough, putting the board together. There's like some structural stuff underneath that you don't necessarily expect.
Right, well, shall we get started on this game then? We can continue the review as we play.
Absolutely.
I believe it's your move to start.
It is. I'm just going to ponder this for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
I think that's how the pros do it. Or we should have the little timer.
Yeah, we need the timer, don't we? Just to speed things up a little bit and keep us moving.
Yeah, I did play chess a lot as a kid, and you master the there's like a certain, is it the Queen's Gambit? And it's a TV show, and there's certain moves you can do. The 4-move checkmate is that the Queen's Gambit. You don't have to worry, because I don't remember how to do that now. I'm just going to go.
The only thing I really know about the Queen's Gambit is that, who is it? Is it Anya Taylor-Joy in that? But in like a ginger wig.
Yes.
I could put on a ginger wig, but I don't think it would have quite the same effect from me. I've got a plan here. Right, so something that you were saying about the set was that it's as far as LEGO chess sets go, it's quite repetitive and it's quite dull. Like, it's not got the same level of kind of whimsy that you get from some LEGO chess sets that we've had in the past.
Yeah, it's kind of lacking the novelty aspect, I guess, which, if you get a pirate's chess set or a castle chess set, there's a bit more to it. It's more LEGO. Whereas like this is okay, I get the vibe of a traditional chess set, but I could just get a traditional chess set.
Yeah, it's hard for this kind of thing to compete against just a real chess set, which is going to come in at a much cheaper price. It's going to be functionally the same experience once you're done with that relatively short building experience.
I get the appeal. Like a lot of LEGO stuff is, you could get a typewriter that functions, or be about the same price as the LEGO one, or probably cheaper, or any counter examples like that. So I get the appeal of, but it's LEGO. So there will be an audience for this set. I can see that being the case. I've taught myself out of what I was doing.
This is the challenge of trying to review and build at the same time. Yeah. I like that I'm not the only person who's struggling with this.
Okay.
In terms of the colour scheme for this one, so we've got one that's very clearly trying to be as wooden as possible, because you've got the kind of the darker wood and the lighter wood, and various different shades of brown and a little bit of gold here in it as well. Do you feel like that adds to the experience, or do you feel like it's just something that you glance at and you're like, oh, fair enough, and then you don't really think about it again?
Well, I would have gone the latter to start with. Now actually playing it, I'm like, actually it's quite nice. When you're building it, I feel like with a lot of sets where it's all one colour palette like this, it's not that interesting to build necessarily, because you're not working with a lot of different colours. Your eyes can glaze over to the colours when you're building it, but now playing it with it, it does.
I guess that's the two sides of this set, because on the one hand it is meant to be a LEGO set and it is meant to be fun and it is meant to be interesting. Oh no.
I'm getting that bishop.
Yeah, you're doing very well with that. On the other hand, where it's just using the same colours over and over, it makes for a nice, lovely looking product once you're finished with the whole thing. But yeah, the building experience, I always hate building a set that is just heavily one colour, because especially just looking at the instructions, it's so hard to even just read the instructions and figure out what is going on there. So I'm going to make a slight retreat. Oh wait, no, that's a bad place. I took my hand off it. Do you know what? You can have that. I think that's fair.
I mean, well, it's not actually a bad move, because I do have to sacrifice my knight.
Yeah, then you'd have to give up your knight, yeah.
Bishop. And the knight is my favourite piece, because it has its weird movement rules.
I like the design of this knight. If I can just pick it up to kind of illustrate and then perhaps forget where I put it back. It's fun. It's got this curved design to it. It's one of the only pieces where you can see just a little bit of colour from something else, because there's a grey brick inside it. Now that you've brought that out, that's given me a good thing to mention. I'm having a hard time telling some of these pieces apart. So I reckon that that's another bishop.
Yes.
But because it's not got that iconic like cut into the side of the bishop that you would normally see, for a second there I was like, hang on a second, is that a bishop or is that the queen or is that something else? Like the rook, the queen, the bishop and the king all feel quite similar in their design here. And that does make things more of a challenge. I've got to pay attention to where you've put that in relation to where all of my other things are now, haven't I? Because I noticed you're doing a lot better at getting a lot of your pieces out, whereas I've just been on the retreat for a while. Which one of these is this is the king?
King's got the little
King's got the golden thing. Oh, I always think of the king as being shorter than the queen. The queen is the tall one. So this is my queen. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then that means I can bring my queen out, and that gets me one step further to having things going on the board. Whether or not that's a good idea, I bet there's actual chess players watching this who are just weeping. But
my entire tactic is just reactive. So you bring a piece out, I'll just threaten it a little bit, and then we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. All right. So one of the things I enjoy about this is the fact that the board breaks in half, and you're able to then kind of like it becomes a little bit more portable as a result of that, which is nice. I mean, that's not necessarily a feature on all of the ones that we've had before. I can't really remember. Have we done that before?
Off the top of my head, the main one that I'm familiar with is the Pirates chess set from 2015, and actually that one did split in half, but it went one step further because you could take off the board, and it was a bit deeper in the bottom.
Oh right, it had like a storage. Yes, that is a thought. I thought like, what are we going to do with the pieces of this once this is over? And I guess apart from having this out and on display, there's not much else that can be done with it.
Which I suppose does work in its favour a little bit with the traditional vibe, because you can have it on display and it won't feel like you've got some, it suits more aesthetics, I guess.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I want to move something, but I don't know necessarily what to move. I'll just move out a pawn for the sake of not really knowing what to do otherwise. Okay, your turn. No, wait, no, that was
for the queen.
Oh no!
It is hard
to review and play chess at the same time. I guess what I could do is I could bring this back over here and put you in check again.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Oh no! I'm not paying enough attention. The moral of this story is don't play chess while you're trying to do a Lego review. Do we have anything else to say on the Lego set itself? Because I feel like we're doing too much chessing and not enough Legoing.
What's left to say?
I think there's not a lot, to be honest, because like it's a Lego chess set. Like if you've got a Lego chess set already, you probably don't need this one unless you just like variety. If you don't have a Lego chess set already and that's something that you want in your life, then this is a Lego chess set. But really, I can't feel like there's much to recommend this over any of the previous Lego chess sets that we've had, where there have been a bit more fun to it and a bit more charm. This one is the more traditional one for somebody who's a little bit more boring, which you might think is who's going to want a boring Lego set, but I feel like the Lego group is definitely reaching out more to try and reach to that audience of people who would like a little bit of Lego, but also for it to be just fairly like display worthy in a home that doesn't have just Lego everywhere.
Yeah, it is a little bit different at least. It's not something they've done, this particular aesthetic, I haven't done that before. So.
Yeah. I can finally take something. I feel like I've achieved something in this game.
Yeah, that's good.
But otherwise, I don't even remember if it was my turn. But otherwise, I feel like this is a Lego set that will work as a gateway drug for a lot of other people who might not consider Lego sets otherwise, or for people who just want to do something like a little bit Lego-y but not too Lego-y. And other than that, I feel like there's not a huge surprise to this set. It's not one of those sets where you go into it and you think, oh well, it's this, that, or the other, and then you get out of the box and you look at it and you suddenly realize, it's got a lot going on. It is what you see in the box, and very little else. And if that meets your needs as somebody who wants a Lego chess set, then fair enough. Otherwise, feel free to let this one pass you by.
I will say on the outside of it, they've got these pearl gold pieces.
Yeah, those are
and
nice.
I feel like if you were really wanting to make it stand out more, they could have gone for the drum lacquered. Or some kind.
Yeah.
These pieces probably wouldn't be drum lacquered because they're...
I quite like how well they go with the wooden pieces. Like, I think that's a nice combo. I see what you're saying, and it would be nice to have a few drum lacquered pieces in there, but I like the pearl gold just with the general aesthetic. Now that I'm thinking specifically about the colours, though, I am looking at this and kind of wishing it was made of chocolate rather than Lego. Which is a point against it, I think, because if you look at something and think, I wish that this was chocolate rather than Lego,
Whose turn is it?
It's your turn. Yeah, I've just noticed that.
Yeah. I was thinking it can't be my turn because that wouldn't be available to me, shall it?
That would be a very foolish move I would have made, but well. Anyway, this has been a review and a demonstration of the current LEGO chess set. If this is something that you're interested in picking up, you can use the affiliate link, which is down in the description, or the QR code that is currently on screen to get it from the LEGO website itself. We get a little bit of a percentage from that sale when you go through our link, so it just helps to keep the lights on at Brick Fanatics. Doesn't cost you a penny extra. Also, make sure that you do all of the regular YouTube things. Give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe and the notification bell. Let us know your thoughts on the set itself down in the comments, and go to brickfanatics.com for more coverage of all things LEGO, and sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you for watching. Right, let's see who's going to win this game. I don't feel optimistic about my chances.
I've only got a few pieces.
Yeah, that's a smarter move. There you go. Finally, I'm doing something smart.
Checkmate.
Checkmate, no!